It was true to life possession, contagion of my whole being by this 17-year-old disturbed little girl. To cope, I started taking tranquilizers. After several hold on, Sugar Ray, hold on. You let this crazy bitch make you crazy? If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans. Now, let me say this, y'all. I know some of y'all be like, why I got to pay $5 for something for free? YouTube is free. But the privileges of this book club cost $5. Let's talk about the untold story of Barry Bedbug Bites. Barry Bedbug Bites, yes, because that bitch sleep in too many beds, okay? And you never know what the hell the ninja is going to bring home, okay? All you know is that he got bedbug bites. Me and Motown, okay? The Untold Story by Raynoma Gordy Singleton. My sense of self-preservation finally demanded that I retaliate. I decided to be productive at work, laugh, pretend I was back to my old self, and have an affectionate man all to myself. I initiated an affair with Sonny Sanders. So sweet, very handsome, and obliging. We met in motels. Then I would rush home at 5:30 in the morning, just before Barry walked in. My coldness matched his. I enumerated all his shortcomings. How he had never said, I love you, never bought so much as a flower, or told me I was pretty. How he just took my very best. Many more weeks slipped by, and then I woke up one morning and thought, damn, Ray, this isn't you. This isn't fair to Sonny. Sonny don't care. Sonny don't care, girl. Girl, please. Sitting at home, I do nothing all day. Hey, but think about you and hope that you're okay. Hoping you call before anyone gets home. I wait patiently alone by the phone. Yep, that passion be something vicious, I'm telling you. And what's so funny is if you were sleeping with the ninja, just, sleeping with the ninja and not sleeping with nobody else, the passion would be like on 2, okay, maybe 2.5, something like that. But now that you got a man at home and he got a woman at home, the fact that y'all scurrying around, through the depths of hell, all of a sudden it's passion. Y'all can't live without each other. Oh, yes, glory. I can't stop thinking about it. What you can't stop thinking about is the passion. Because you ain't dealing with passion at home. That's why I told you, girl, sometimes you got to just run up on your significant other and just accuse them of cheating. So they think you were crazy. Then that way they'll stay interested. I told you, just randomly I run up on my wife and be like, why this bitch call the house? She'll be like, what bitch? Don't play dumb, goddammit. Child, my wife, I be taking her through it. You hear me? But you got to do stuff like that, okay? You got to make them think you crazy so they can stay interested. You're welcome. Many more weeks slipped by, and then I woke up one morning and thought, damn, Ray, this isn't you. This isn't fair to Sonny. Revenge wasn't a solution, and I told Sonny I couldn't continue. I decided to try to save my marriage. Okay, girl. That morning, Barry bed bug bites came home at 50 seconds before 6. Seeing me awake, he made an acknowledging sound, a sort of grunt. I told him we had to talk, that I couldn't go on. He grunted again and said he was tired. I insisted, and he committed to talking after a few hours of sleep. He undressed quickly and crawled into bed. So you ain't even gonna wash the bitch off of you? When I looked over, I couldn't believe what I saw. His entire back was covered with lip prints. The hardcore evidence of his cheating was staring me right between the eyes. Barry, I said, you're back. You've got lipstick on it. He mumbled into the pillow. That's crazy. What are you talking about? No, I said, I'm serious. You have red lip prints all over your back. Shit, he replied, and just to shut me up, got out of the bed and walked to the mirror, not expecting to see what he saw. He was appalled. Why? You got a crazy bitch, Barry Bedbug Bites. You know that hussy is crazy. That little girl is crazy, okay? What you thought? If the girl gonna call the damn house and tell your wife what's going on, why wouldn't you think that she would leave traces of red lipstick on your back? Barry Bedbug Bites. He was appalled. I could tell his mental wheels were turning. Because he's trying to think of a quick lie. You know how the men just do. And then, wearingly, he said to me, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. I have been seeing Margaret. I could only pause and ask, do you love this person? Barry exhaled difficultly. I don't know. I don't think so. So remember when I was talking earlier about the passion that you get with secret affairs and lovers and all that stuff like that? He describes the girl as Cinderella that, you know, he just fell in love with. She's everything. She's beautiful. She's perfect. She's this. She's that. Meaning she ain't a goody-goody. She gives me something to chase. She don't got these kids. When I tap her on the shoulder to hunt, she don't say no. Okay, I'm too tired. He said basically she just was perfect to him in his mind. Yeah, she perfect, all right. Well, don't feel so upset about it, I started in, because you know all those nights you've been getting in at 6. Well, I had just gotten in myself. Some nights, I hadn't even taken my clothes off. I went to bed in my slacks because you got here too quick. Barry was dumbstruck. You've been doing what? He said. Oh yeah, I said. I've been laying out every night. I've been with one of your best friends. He was in shock and I lit into him. All the despair and hurt and outrage exploded in a stream of abuse. As I spoke, my anger compounded itself. My words developed a rhythm, a pulse, a groove that expanded and climaxed as I pounded away. I was delivering an amazing musical solo of fury, propelling my words into him. I wanted him wounded. At last, I struck a nerve. Barry's face suddenly distorted and breathing fire, he charged at me, dragging me out of bed. He hoisted me up high over his head and threw me on top of the dresser. Perfume bottles and glass jars and metal hairbrushes and mirrors fell to the floor in a single enormous crash. A dead and sickening silence filled the room. He stood in the middle of it, breathing heavily. In seconds, he was dressed and gone for good. Within days, I moved out of Hitsville. Girl, they can't take the pressure. Man, let me tell you something. Them ninjas will hunch 1 million biatches. You hear me? Oh, girl, but if you hunch one, the world must end. You heard me, and they'll tell you, they didn't mean anything. I'm just passing the time away. You ain't had nothing to worry about. Except for that one bitch. I told you the bitch is always named Keisha. That one named Keisha, that bitch Keisha, oh my gosh, it's always that one who is always always a problem. Because to me, you keep going back to the bitch. You must love the bitch. All the other ones, you know, all the other names, Shelly, Nay, Tia, Terry, Kelly, all them hussies right there. You ain't worried about them because them was hitter quitters. Okay? One hitter quitters. You ain't got to worry about them. But it's always that damn Keisha. The Keisha always come back. Oh, I hate them bitches named Keisha. Oh, you dirty bitches, you. We agreed to get a divorce. I wanted it over and done with as fast as possible. In the middle of the arrangements, Barry Bedbug Bites said, listen, regardless of what Margaret is doing or what her involvement is in my life, I will always take care of you, no matter what I do. When we get to be 90 years old, we're going to be together. Baby, I got money, power, and respect. And I want all the spoils of life right now, and you in the way. But when I get 90, I'll take you. How old is Barry the Gordy? In the meantime, Sue Winesfield, an attorney at Motown, arranged a Mexican divorce. It happened very quickly. Another nightmare began. A new barrage of calls came from Margaret to my apartment. Numbers were changed, and still she called. Why are you calling me now? We're divorced. The man is free. She didn't believe me. You know why? Because he cannot tell Margaret that he's divorced. Because if he say to Margaret, yeah, I divorced her, then Margaret gonna be like, when we gonna get married? Okay? Why don't we do it? Baby, he's not gonna marry you because you're fun girl. Okay? As long as you're a fun girl, you're gonna stay in that fun girl position. She's thinking in her mind, when he's not with her, he's with his wife, Sugar Ray. Okay, that's what she's thinking. So she's still working on Sugar Ray, you know, trying to mess up the merge, but it ain't even a merge no more. Why are you calling me now? We're divorced. The man is free. She didn't believe me. Barry hadn't told her. And that sing-song voice was polluting every good memory I had. You know, Barry and I have great sex. But there's one thing missing. I want you to teach me how to suck his dick. Man, that bitch is crazy. You hear me? And Barry deserved everything that he get. Okay? It's something about when he said Cinderella. I believe that Barry Gordy believes in his mind that he's the prince that's going to save that crazy. Then she asked if we could get together so I could show her how to suck his dick. It was true to life possession, contagion of my whole being by this 17-year-old disturbed little girl. To cope, I started taking tranquilizers. After several hold on, Sugar Ray, hold on. You let this crazy bitch make you crazy? You let this crazy bitch make you crazy? You taking pills for her? She the bitch that should be taking the pills, Sugar Ray, not you. I was sinking fast. Coming up for air, I started dating again. Barry had a Cinderella. I would find my Prince Charming. And I would make sure that Barry Bedbug Bites saw me. So remember we was talking about the passion, okay? Previously, we were singing the song Secret Lovers, okay? That's what we are. She living in her separate apartment, you know, by herself, dating, okay? Minding her business while Barry Bedbug Bites and Maniac Margaret is over there doing their thing, okay? She's laying in the bed, okay? All of a sudden, there is someone at her window. She don't even live on the bottom level. This damn girl lived like on the second or third level, okay? She said she only knew one person that was strong enough to hoist himself up to her window and crawl in. It was Barry the Gordy, okay? You know why he at her window? It's because he still want to possess, because that's what he does. He possesses his women, like all Sagittarian men. Now he's trying to get back into good graces with Sugar Ray. Passion. He wants what he can't have. So now she is the secret lover on Margaret. Now the nigga cheating on you. What you thought? What you thought? That he was going to stop cheating just because he with you? No, a cheater is a cheater. Okay, it's just them just named Keisha that you got to watch out for. One of the first Prince Charming candidates was a great-looking, intelligent, sophisticated fellow named Tony Brown, a psychologist who would later become a New York City-based television talk show host. Tony had many of the trappings of the kind of man who could win my heart. Unfortunately, Tony didn't have the stamina to withstand the barrage of phone calls that was sprung on him by Barry bedbug bites. These calls, which came to Tony's home 2 or 3 times a night, sometimes at 3 and 4 in the morning, were Barry's attempts to be pals with Tony. Now you see why he with that young girl? These calls, which came to Tony's home 2 or 3 times a night, sometimes at 3 or 4 in the mornings, were Barry's attempts to be pals with Tony to discuss various psychological and philosophical ideas. Tony's reaction to them, however, was to put an abrupt end to our short-lived romance, saying apologetically, "Sugar Ray, that man is never going to let you go." Now, she moves on to mess with this other dude named Ron Vance. What's his name? Let me make sure. Ron Vance, okay? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. But anyway, they in the bed, okay? Barry decides to do one of his impromptu visits, climbing up the window, hoisting himself up, coming in the window like it's the front door. He's at the window. Sugar Ray hears Barry Gordy coming through the window, okay? Ron, get up, baby. Go in the living room. Oh, yeah, by the way, those is Barry bedbug bites. Pajamas. Just go in the living room and just wait. I'll take care of it, right? Barry gets through the window and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? It smells like dick and pussy in here. What's going on? He runs into the living room and catches dude Ron Vance in the living room in his pajamas. I don't understand. Why do you have Barry bedbug bites pajamas at your house? Y'all are really, I don't know, girl. It's like you still giving him his way, girl. And the sex ain't that good. You have never heard about Barry Gordy's prowess, in the entertainment world. I have heard out there in the Hollywood, okay, is Marlon Wayans' prowess, Jimi Hendrix prowess, some of the other men's prowess, okay? But you ain't never heard about Barry Gordy. There's no reason for you to be hunching him on a sly because, no. Who is this, Barry asked. And when I told him, he bellowed at Ron, listen, you got to get the fuck up out of my pajamas and get the fuck out of this apartment. Ron, okay, this goes to show how, involved he was or, invested he was into Sugar Ray because he disappeared. Barry Gordy, was like, look, here go $5,000, leave Sugar Ray alone. You and I are not married anymore. I like Ron. You put him out like you own me. But Ron and I are going to get married. That's a damn lie. A man that you going to marry leaves the apartment because Barry Gordy crawled through the window? Bullshit the Baker man. I had no intentions of marrying Ron, but this was the punch I had to throw. It's your move now, Barry, I thought. A few weeks later, Barry made an unexpected play. Just give me some time. This relationship is not going to last. I need 6 months to phase it out. Barry was discovering how disturbed Margaret was. Margaret was a cutter. What she would do when she found out that Barry Gordy was still messing around with Sugar Ray, or when Barry Gordy didn't do what she wanted, she would cut her thighs. Barry would rush over there and find her covered in blood and be like, gotcha, bitch. It's all fun and dandy when you hunch it all over the little girl and y'all having passionate love, but then when you find out the little girl is friggin' nuts, they say them pretty ones be the craziest. You hear me? That's what they say. He felt responsible though. She was so young, he said, as if my being 25 made me over the hill. Okay? So he felt obligated to the girl because he felt like he messed the little girl head up. Every ounce of my pride and strength and the tiny vestige of sanity that was left, I reignited my love affair with Motown. With my own creation, I started taking back the jobs I delegated to others, and I started to heal. But with one blow, the effort was squelched. Margaret called to say that she was pregnant with Barry's child. I'd been in a frenzy all night. I was in the car outside of her house. I tried to quiet my feverish brain and think back over the past 6 hours. On a Friday night at 8 o'clock, Claudette and I set out for the West Side bowling alley. She had begged me to go out, and I'd finally given in. Unlike all the Gordy devotees who had carried on as if Margaret had always been Barry's woman, Claudette had stuck up her nose at the politics and stood by me. She couldn't stand Margaret and had never made any pretense about it. Walking into the bowling alley, we saw Smokey and Barry standing at their lanes, absorbed in the game. And there was Margaret just behind them. Claudette's face practically turned blue as she grabbed my arm to lead me out again. Shrugging her off, I walked directly over to Margaret and sat down next to her. She was caught off guard, stiffened slightly, and then regained composure. Claudette veered over towards the guys. "Hi, Margaret," said with thin and a nonchalant voice. From this point on, all I could think about was her last call. "I'm pregnant with Barry's child." I was thinking about it when I felt the bulge of the 38 in my purse. These were the instruments of protection I brought because I wanted to defend the man I loved, the man whose soul Margaret had robbed from me.
I leaned to whisper in her ear, "Listen, bitch, what are you doing here with my husband?" There was a smile on her face for everyone to see. She was nervous. "But I'm not here with your ... Only Margaret saw the gleam of the pearl-handled .25 I jammed in her side. "Okay," I continued to smile. "I want you to get up slowly and walk outside with me. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your phone calls. So get up now, bitch, and walk out. Make one whimper and I'm going to blow your head off." As we walked slowly to the door, every word of every phone call pounded in my head. Cinderella, huh? Once we were outside, I would bash the handle of the gun into Cinderella's face until all the Cinderella qualities that Barry so adored were pulverized into a hideous, gory mass. We were nearing the exit, and I was planning how I would make her the ugliest hag in the world, with the face of a despicable person that she was.
We were outside. My adrenaline pumped. Her expression was fearful. Her eyes darted around and then were glued back on mine, transfixed, as the tiniest hint of a satisfied smile crossed her lips. I raised my hand to strike that smile, and a pair of strong arms locked around me. A voice was shouting, "Run! I've got her! Run!" It was Smokey. I couldn't even see his face, but I knew that voice, and I recognized the arms that held me as Margaret ran down the street for her dear life. "Let me go, damn it! Let me go!" I screamed with frustration. I cursed and kicked as Margaret disappeared from sight. I slumped in resignation, and Smokey let me go. A small crowd gathered, their faces aghast. My humiliation was total. "What are you humiliated for? Everybody know that the crazy bitch was calling your house. What you humiliated for?" I'd have been like, "Yeah, bitch. And the next time you come back here, I'm going to whoop your ass. What is you humiliated for? Everybody knows that the bitch was sleeping with your husband, even though it's not your husband." At this point right now, I'm confused as to why you brought up Barry when, you was at the situation. You shouldn't be there to whoop her ass for Barry. You should be there to whoop her ass for you, for torturing you, for you being the person that's now taking tranquilizers because you can't sleep at night because the bitch is giving you nightmares. You should have punched her in the face a long time ago. A small crowd gathered, their faces aghast. My humiliation was total. For an eternity, no one said anything, and then Barry pushed through the crowd, still at a distance from me with the light from the doorway angled over him. His face searched mine, and he saw in it everything that had happened between us, the victory and the devastation. Then I turned and left. I sat in the car in front of Margaret's house with a plan to kill us both. Why the she never came out? By mid-morning, I decided to leave Detroit. It was a Monday staff meeting. At its beginning, Barry made a brief announcement. Miss Ray will no longer be with us at the Detroit office. She's leaving to open our offices in New York, and this will be her last meeting with us here. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one.